So my name is Kitty and my pronouns are she, her. I was born in 1997 in Parkdale area. For my cultural background, so my dad is Portuguese, my mom is Indian and Welsh. I remember when I was a kid, like my family bought a house on Mootray, which is just like a little bit north of Parkdale. And I remember thinking like, okay, like I can kind of tell like this, like it's cheap to live here. And then I remember like my mom telling me like, like this neighborhood's gonna be like really expensive in like 10 years, and I was like, I don't believe you, like it kind of looks like shit, but like okay. And now I'm like, holy shit, like she was actually right. Like, the neighborhood's changed so much, and like when I was a kid I remember kind of thinking like I'm kind of excited for like there to be like more, nicer stuff in the neighborhood, and like now that it's actually happening, like the negative impacts are like so severe. And like I said, like many people who were part of the Parkdale community can no longer afford to live there, which is really sad because a lot of those people, I would say, like brought like, so much benefit to the community, like through art or through like their business or whatever. So, it almost feels like it's kind of becoming sterilized, which I feel like is really hard. I just like the loss is really hard, and like just I guess it's like not a necessarily a negative thing that there's like different types of like community members living there now, but like sometimes it's hard to see like people kind of coming into the community and then like providing no benefit. There's a lot of loss of like independent businesses and like a lot more just like chains and stuff like that, which I feel like kind of like contribute to like sterilized community. But like also, the neighborhood is like not affordable to live in. Like when I was a kid, like it was like easy to live in Parkdale. Like, obviously there are issues with the community, but it wasn't like hard to afford to live there. Like, that's why like so many of my family members lived in Parkdale. Like it was very affordable. There are a lot of options, like, for food and stuff like that. Like there was a lot of like, I remember when I was a kid, like a lot of smaller grocery stores, which just like don't exist anymore. A lot of like really affordable restaurants, which just like don't exist anymore. Like some still do, obviously, like there's still some, but I'm just saying like by and large, like a lot of places have closed, which is like pretty sad, honestly. Like a lot of places that like I used to go to when I was a kid like no longer exist. I remember like at Queen and Dufferin there was like an entrance to Liberty Village, like where there's that plaza across the street from the Gladstone. You would like cross the railway tracks to get into Liberty Village, and it was literally just like warehouses. And there was nothing really there. And like in that plaza there was like a Vietnamese restaurant that I like, me and my family and like my neighbor like would always go there, and like that's gone. So like most of these places are kind of just like not there anymore, and like visually the neighborhood looks very different. So I feel like it's just like the changing of the neighborhood and its communities and like gentrification. It's like such a slow process, but it's like definitely the most impactful thing. I think a lot of people like want there to be less poverty in the community, but really what they're saying is that they want poor people to leave. It's like a really nice community to live in. Like we're all like benefiting so much from living in the community, but like if people don't contribute to the community, then it's not going to remain like how it is. Like, a lot of new people are moving to the community, which is great, but like they're not really contributing to the community or helping the community grow. Like, the reason why Parkdale started to become like a desirable place to live, besides the fact that it's in like an urban center, is because like, marginalized people that were living there like really contributed so much to like growing the community to be like a desirable place to live. And if you're just kind of moving here and not really continuing to contribute, like it's not going to continue to be a good place to live. So like just continuously contributing to the community is something that I really think is like essential to its growth and to maintaining positive growth in the community. I feel like I've benefited so much from living in the Parkdale community, and I feel like just by being part of the community I've experienced care, so I feel like providing that to others is something that I really care to do. I feel like an act of community care is like, for example, putting food in like the community fridge. Like that's just like a very small example. Like that's something that I do all the time and like feel really good about, and like interacting with individuals in my community is community care. I even feel like spending time in like community spaces and like positively contributing to them is like community care. So I feel like there's like so many different like ways that you can contribute to your community, and to be honest, most of them are like small but like they're really impactful.